Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another video game pickup / weekly vlog. So I'm basically in the same clothes from last week because last week's video was literally like a few minutes ago because I'm trying to get them out in advance. But here we go. So we have two N64 games and three PlayStation 1 games. So let's do this. So of course, One Piece is still playing in the background. If you can hear it. There you go. Anyways, the intro's playing. If you have to know, I'm in season, I don't know what the fuck this is. Season 5? 4? I don't know, not 4. It's like 5, 6. I don't know what the fuck season. It's the one where we meet Brooke in the zombie land place. Mansion. That place, if that helps at all. So, of course, let's get into this. So, starting with the 64 stuff. I've got this months ago. Months ago. About a month ago, I just haven't really spoke about it because I just kind of like, oh, well, I've got one N64 game, and then I finally got another one. I'm like, okay, cool, finally we can put this into something. So, we got Mace, The Dark Age for the Nintendo 64. Funny thing is, I've owned the guidebook for this game for about a few months, actually, now. Not a year, but a few months. It's actually right... Oh, right there, right there. Hold on, let me show you. Here you go. See? The guidebook is right here. So that's pretty cool. Covers the... Oh, I didn't even know it was a PlayStation version. I didn't know that. I just thought it was on 64. So that's something I didn't know. I mean, I think I knew. I just kind of forgot. If I could just put it right back... Oh, there you go. Back in there. So... Yeah, it was by Midway, Mace, The Dark Age. I have no idea if it's a good or bad game. I got it for literally $5. I was like, whatever. Whatever. Of course, I would have done better if it was $3, but still. So the next one here, I got because, well, I've known about it, but I keep forgetting how good of a game people keep telling me about it, and I'm like, well, I'm narrowing down my N64, wish list, and I don't have much games left, so I'm going to add it on the list. I'm not saying I didn't like it or just didn't care for it. I just kept forgetting about it, and I'm really wanted to finish collecting certain, consoles because I want to focus on other consoles too. But it just takes time, for sure. If you don't know, I know I said it before in the past so many times, but let's do it again. If you don't know, I have to collect GameCube. I have to collect GameCube. Wii is a must. Wii and Wii U is a must because Wii's super close, but not as close as Wii U. Wii is like deadly close, like 4 tiles away and you're fucking done. Close, no lie. Wii, sorry, did I say Wii? I meant Wii U is like deadly close, but still, Wii is like at least 10 titles, at least 10 titles. Might be 11, who knows? But it's like 10 titles. GameCube, I have a ways to go. Not so much, but I have ways to go, and I don't want to think about GameCube. But if I see a game I don't have and I want, I'm going to get it, but I'm not going to think about, like, oh, hey, I wonder how much more I got left to go on GameCube. So, I'm not thinking about that. Anyways, for 64, I'm like, of course, I want to focus a little bit on 64, but of course, my 64 is like, my 64, mind aspect keeps changing every once in a while for certain things. Like, I just kind of learned about Chameleon Twist 1 and 2, so that's added on the list. So, games like that. So, yeah. Besides that, this game, okay, we can go back to actually talk about the game now, or if I even spoke about it, is Blast Corps. I have no idea why. I just never had it. I never had Blast Corps. I don't know. I just thought probably it was like one of those games like no one cared for 64, which it's kind of somewhat true. No one really cared for it as much, but still, Blast Corps. So yeah, Blast Corps for Nintendo 64. It's I'm not lying. Like it's getting harder to find games that you do need, but there's also games that you're finding that you do need, but there's also going to be games like, oh, well, I already have, like, Paper 1000 Year Door, or Luigi's Mansion, or freaking Gunstar Heroes to Secret of Mana, and freaking other expensive or not expensive and easy to find games, or just games that are awesome and you can do stuff with. I don't know. It just depends. It just depends. So, the next games. So now we're on the PlayStation. I bought this one actually for $10, and maybe it's a little expensive. I don't really know how much it is going for, but I was like, well, I've been wanting this game. It's like I wasn't expecting to find it. I was expecting to go to the store to buy a PS2 game, which I have. I think I spoke about it. Yes, I have spoken about it. Tekken 2 or 2. Tekken 4. I spoke about Tekken 4, and that day I bought another game with it, and it is Lemmings. Oh no, more Lemmings for the PlayStation 1. I tried taking off the sticker, but it will mess up the jewel case, so I have to take that off with a heat gun or something. So, yeah, I got Lemmings. I've actually never really played Lemmings, but of course, all I've heard about Lemmings is it's like Pikmin, but 2D. I'm like, well, that's kind of what the new Pikmin game's coming out in, like, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks. Hey, Pikmin, for the, what, for you, it's like months ago. I don't really know what the hell it is, but, that game. So, yeah, Lemmings. Oh no, more Lemmings for the PS1. Anyways, the next game, which one should I want to do? I feel like they're both equal in my personal opinion. Wow, I never actually done this, but let's do it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger, bite her toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, so the game we're talking now about is Bloody Roar 2. So, I've played this at my friend Emilio's house. And this one I have memories about. It wasn't the best, but I thought it was so fucking cool to play. It was just fucking cool in general. It's like people turning into animals and fighting. I'm like, what the fuck? Literally, this was the only Bloody Roar game I've ever played. And he really knew about, and I thought just the fucking cover was badass. Look at that fucking cover, dude. It's like a tough ass guy, and then in the background it's like a moon with like the wolf of him, I guess. Yeah, the wolf of him, and then it just says Bloody Roar 2. Like, even the logo looks fucking badass, and I'm like, what the fuck? So of course I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna fucking be badass, and of course it was. I'm not sure if it's the best game in the series, but probably not. But I thought it was fucking awesome. I'm actually read you a little bit about this one because I actually had a childhood experience with this one at my friend Emilio's house because he's the one that owned it on his PlayStation, and he also had a Dreamcast, and I was the one with the 64 and the GameCube, and then my friend had a Genesis and a GameCube and a PlayStation 1. And then Solomon had an Xbox. So, and then later on I got an Xbox, whatever. So anyways, it's the dawning of a new breed with the dawning of the new millennium. A new breed of assassins emerges. Altered humans who transmute into violent, raging beasts. All must fight and survive to satisfy their own inner quests. That sounds fucking badass, not gonna lie. 7 Hindurus? Hydrus? Yeah, 7 Hindurus new fighters and hidden characters. Killer high-res graphics. Wow, high-res graphics at that time. Show each strange and deadly attack with lethal clarity. That's kind of weird how to say that. Create your own devastating combination attacks. Okay. 4 original warriors return with new looks and moves. 4. I don't even know because I don't have the first game. That's a game I've been looking for too. Actually, if I buy the first game, I'm only missing one more Bloody Roar, and that's it for the whole franchise. 60 frames per second. Holy, dude, I didn't fucking know. Okay, sorry, that's something kind of like that changes my whole mind right now for a minute. I didn't know that they're fucking sponsoring or even promoting. Sorry to say, the phrase 60 frames per second. Who the fuck knew? In what was it, 1990 something? Oh my god. Who the fuck knew in 1999 about 60 frames per second? I can tell you one thing. No fucking kid knew about 60 frames per second. I don't even think they even knew fucking anything per second. No, I didn't fucking know. they might have if their dad or mom was like, you know, computer whiz or something like that, or whatever, or maybe they were, I don't know, and they knew about it. I'm like, okay, cool, but you're like 5%, 10%, who knows, percent about knowing about 60 frames per second. Nowadays we know, and who really knows if it is 60 frames per second on slashing combat. Anyways, morph into savage beasts and think fast or die fast. Okay, it's by Hudson. Of course, rest in peace, Hudson, but thanks for buying them Konami, because at least they're alive somehow, and you got a Superman R. Thank you, Konami, and you're also continuing my Yu-Gi-Oh! Obsession. And you also recently just put Castlevania on Netflix, so hey, look at that. So, yeah, anyways, Bloody Roar 2 on the PlayStation 1. Alright, the last game here. Which I should probably have the guidebook with it, because I actually got this with the guidebook. Alright, let's take this out for the guidebook, if I can do it. Trying to. Really hard. Don't fall or do something. Sorry. That just feels weird. Alright, so. Yeah, here we go. Here's my story with this game. I never knew the name of this game, but I knew it was a game. So here we go. Back in like, well, what year did this game actually come out? Sorry, I have no idea. I actually have no idea. It's not really telling me a year. Man, sometimes you just have to look up the stuff. Okay, it is better. In 1998. It doesn't even say 1998 on the back of this shit? Yeah, I see it, so. Yeah, it does. Alright, so in 1998, I seen commercials of this on Cartoon Network's block, Toonami. Okay, so of course in 1998, I'm watching Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and Gundam, I think. I don't know what else during that time frame, but I know I seen not a commercial. I was like an ad trailer commercial, whatever it was for Toonami, for this game, and it always looked weird because of the apparently, like, I don't know, like the villain or the evil girl in this game, and it always like bothered me. And then of course, learning a little bit more after time, especially thanks for once again YouTube. I've learned that this game was actually supposed to be a Final Fantasy game. But, of course, if you don't know, during that time frame, the PlayStation 1 era, there was a lot of games that were supposed to be certain things. It even puts some of that into the PS2 era as well. There's supposed to be certain franchises that are supposed to be, you know, into a game for that franchise that it just became its own game. So there's supposed to be it was supposed to be a Final Fantasy game, but it had so many ideas that they just changed it from Final Fantasy to its own game. Another series I can actually tell you, because I don't want to say the name yet, even though it's probably obvious because the name and title of the video and all that. Dante, Devil May Cry was supposed to be a part of the Resident Evil franchise. No, really, yeah, that's something you probably didn't know. What else was another franchise? Final Fantasy had another one. It was supposed to be Final Fantasy, but it changed. It was his own thing. I know Bravely Default, but it's like the 3DS era. It's supposed to be another game for the PS1 era. It's supposed to be a Final Fantasy, but just changed it up. I don't remember, but still, there's a bunch of games that was supposed to be a certain franchise, but it changed it to something else, and there's one of them. So, going back to my little story, I thought it was the fucking weirdest shit I ever seen. I never want to see that girl ever again. It looks so bothering some. And then, even when I go back in old Toonami commercial trailers, she's still there. And like a fucking hater. And I don't even know who she was or anything. And then I found out what game she was in years later, thanks to watching YouTube. So, the game is Parasite Eve for the PlayStation 1, including the guidebook to Parasite Eve for the PlayStation 1. Parasite Eve. I've known about you for two reasons. I want to say it was really thanks to Watch Mojo for their top 10 series on a lot of video games. And then I think it was actually very first person that really taught me anything about this series because it was interesting in an episode. The Game Chasers, Billy, bought both Parasite Eve 1 and 2 for, I forget how much it was. It was like, I think $6 a piece for both. I don't know. And of course, I would have done $6 a piece for both. And he got Parasite Eve 1 and 2. And of course, that's literally the only two games in the series is 1 and 2. So, that's what made me interested in it, and I wanted to see what the hell Parasite Eve was. And it's finally here. Parasite Eve 1. I will now be looking for 2. But the funny thing about 2 is I own 2 on a PS3. You're like, what? Via PSN. So, this specific version, I'm not sure if it's in every other version, but this specific version has Parasite Eve, the game, and it has a demo disc. So, Parasite Eve, I'm just checking it out, sorry. So, yeah, demo disc. Here's a demo disc. In the future, there'll be some more demos, apparently, on this in the future. Who knows when. On Xenogears. And Xenogears. So, it's going to be a Xenogears playable demo because the rest is Mushashi, Final Fantasy 8, and Bushido Blade 2. These are all these movies except for Xenogears. So that's interesting. Once again, everybody, that's me here for today. Thank you for watching. Oh, well, I guess you could say, here's the guidebook. I mean, I don't really have much to show about the guidebook, so there's the poster's still inside. Tells me how to play the game and stuff. So, of course, this is gonna be a keeper. I was not expecting to get the guidebook because I didn't even know they had a guidebook until they told me. He's like, hey, I have the guidebook for that. Do you want it? I was like, oh yeah, dude. So, once again, everybody, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment below. And today we got Mace, the Dark Age, Mace's Dark Age for 64. By Midway. Next, we got Blast Corps for the 64 by Rare Replay by Rare. It is on the Rare Replay collection, by the way. Next, we got Lemmings and Oh No More Lemmings. I don't even know who made this one. Who made this one? Psychosis. Psygnosis. I don't fucking know how to say that name. Psygnosis. I don't know, PlayStation. So, next one, Bloody Roar 2. I'm pretty sure it was by Hudson. So, yeah, it was Konami. Hudson. And, of course, Parasite Eve for the PlayStation 1 by Square Enix. I know it says soft, but that's what they used to be called. Square Enix, so. And the guidebook, of course. So, once again, everybody, thank you for watching. Don't forget to, I already said that. Just thank you for watching, okay? And I'll see you guys all for the next one, okay? Bye-bye.